This is the Plain English Real Estate Show with your host, Rowena Patton, a show that focuses on the real estate market in terms you can easily understand. Call Rowena now. The number is 240-9962 or 1-800-570-9962. Now here's the English girl in the mountains, the agent that I would trust, Rowena Patton.
Good morning and welcome to the Real Estate News Radio. We are live here this morning. It's Patrick and myself here from All-Star Powerhouse. We do have Ro on the line. She couldn't be present in person this morning, but she is going to join us. I'm going to push the button now. Good morning, Ro.
Good morning. How are you?
We are doing well. Patrick is here with me and, of course, our studio, Randy.
Radio Randy.
Radio
Studio.
Randy.
I mean, he's got all kinds of titles.
Producer Randy.
Yeah, whatever.
The Phenom.
I got whisked. There you go.
Coffee
I got whisked
maker.
away by Randy Honey because his little sister's getting married today. So we're all excited. We're down in Myrtle Beach waiting for the wedding. So I thought I'd call in and say hi to everybody because it's been a while. I don't think I've ever not done 3 shows in a row. And we should talk a little bit, Heather, about the sellers that have been calling into us and just thinking about waiting. We've got one right now that can't actually close until March. Well, that means it's time to get your listing on now because you've got to think about that time frame. You want at least a week to prep everything and then 6 weeks to close. So by the time we get through there, they'll close on time. And you want to talk a little bit, Heather, about the danger of waiting until everybody else waits and the leaves are on the trees, or most people go, oh, we'll wait until March when the bulbs are up. Why do you think that's a poor idea right now?
Well, right now, especially with the holidays coming here in the moment, getting your house listed is really important because people's travel plans, they might actually be coming into the area. It might be better for them to actually be able to see your home, even though they might not be at a point where they can actually move forward at the moment. Even if you can't, leave your home until March, we could still start making the preparations and getting everything in movement for the sale to occur. That would be one reason.
Right.
The other reason is everybody's going to list their home when they think it's the best time to list it. So then you have more competition.
The last thing you need right now is competition. We've already gone over that curve. We're in the economic cycle, 7 to 11 years. We've gone over that curve already. You're already seeing a lot of price reductions. Not really great price reductions right now. The last thing you need is people love to see homes at the holidays. It makes it festive and warm, and they're not looking at whether there are any leaves on the trees or not. They truly are not. It doesn't make any difference. There's very, very few homes on the market right now, which is a great thing for you. We put one on the other day that is absolutely flying at the mid-300s price point, and it's had showing after showing, which is kind of unusual right now. So
I was going to do a little talking about that one for sure.
Oh, it's a beautiful home. I went to it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it really goes back to the agent that you choose to represent your property, and the experience that it takes and the knowledge and the price point and making sure. I mean, the market's still here. It hasn't left. We are in a shift, and I do understand that the interest rates are going up and that people are scared. They're in fear. I understand that as well. But when you're dealing with properties to list or properties to buy, if you deal with someone that has a whole lot of experience, and like I was telling Radio Randy earlier, it's like if you were in a car accident and you are rushed to the emergency room and you have to have an emergency surgery, do you want someone who's done, 15 or 20? Or do you want someone who's done a whole lot of surgeries? Yeah. I mean,
it's just which one I want, that's for sure.
It's just kind of the same thing. If you think about it, experience, price point, we're running into, I think I counted last night on that property you're talking about, which is 48 temporary. We had 10, I think it was 10 showings.
The house is precious.
Within, let's see, we opened it from 3 to 6 and then from 12 to 7 the next day.
It's got maple floors. It's got the Santa Fe doors. It's got the Craftsman. It's a modern Craftsman, I'll say.
And you can go view that home at www.mountainhomehunt.com. And y'all need to go look at it.
Mountainhomehunt.com. Go to search. So a little button on the top called search. Drop down, go to our listings. You'll find it right there. Or you can just type in Tipperary.
You sure can. And the other thing is,
Tipperary.
everyone needs...
I was saying it wrong there. Tipperary. There you go.
Tipper.
It's like topiary.
You know, it is 5 minutes away from a grocery store. It is 10 minutes away from downtown Asheville. I mean, you've got your schools right there within 5 minutes. I mean, it is just right there. It's in a prime location as far as convenience.
Ingalls is at the end of the street.
Oh, I mean, right there. Everything's right there, but yet it's in a neighborhood. I don't want to call it I guess I wouldn't call it a mature neighborhood because I think, to me, and everyone might have a different...
It's got an open slate backyard. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
I understand, but when you talk about a mature neighborhood, to me, that's like large, big trees that have, developed that you can't even give them a hug. That to me is a matured neighborhood with all this, just older.
48 Tipperary is flat. It's flat.
Do you call it a mature neighborhood?
It's definitely a mature.
It's an older neighborhood.
Older neighborhood.
It's a mature neighborhood.
Yeah.
But you're
but
right.
It's a
I know
newer
what you're
home.
saying.
Do you understand? So how do you differentiate the neighborhoods that you take your clients into, Patrick?
If someone says, I want big trees, then you go for big trees. If someone, and I'll let Patrick jump in on that in a second.
Yeah.
I just want to say hello to you all and jump off and go back to the wedding party. They're all having wedding breakfast of donuts inside. So
hey, we're going to give it a whirl here on some CPO information also, because I know that's going to be a really hot topic coming up, and that's something else if you're going to list your property. That's something else you really want to think about is the certified pre-owned, which you brought into the mountains back when? 08?
2007. And if we have a bunch of agents listening, so agents who are listening, we thank you guys. You listen from all over the country. If you're an agent that's listening, we have a webinar that is running on Thursday at 10:30 in the morning. If you go to our Facebook page, All Star Powerhouse Real Estate, you can see the link on there. You can see it on Real Estate News Radio, on Instagram, Real Estate News Radio, or you can see it on my page at Rowena Patton. Any one of those, you'll get the link to register. It's free. I am teaching agents how to do certified pre-owned, and we're going to do one for sellers as well. So if you're thinking about listing, we're going to do an hour for you, talking to you about why it's such a great idea. Heather's done a number of these with me now, so she's going to tell you all about CPO. But any agents who are listening, go ahead and register for that webinar. You'll learn in an hour a lot of why it's so important to do that pre-inspection, get the appraisal, and do the home warranty. So important. It literally changes the game. It's from our best-selling book on selling homes. It's the biggest program in there. We do have a bestseller on selling homes. So, that means people must have liked it or something. And now you're going to have a free hour on it on Thursday. So with that, I love you all. Have a great Saturday. Thank you so much for picking it up, you guys. I know you'll enjoy Heather and Patrick this morning, and I'll see you all next week.
Love you, Ro.
All righty. We'll see you. Y'all have fun.
See you next
Hug
Saturday.
the bride.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she's fun to talk to.
Always.
She's a mess, let me tell you. She is one in a million.
She really is. She's a fantastic person, and I love working with her.
She is a force to reckon with. When you're talking about agents that know their stuff, and I go back to the surgeons. Have you ever met anyone that is just
she's passionate.
to the point? I mean, they're just to the point. They're 100% factual. This is what it is. I coach ball, and we had a doctor that was a coach. And this was like when the kids were under 6. and we had a few doctors actually, and we had an ER surgeon, and that's where I learned that, Randy. He would be on the field, and he was just like in these little kids' faces. I mean, almost to the point where parents were like, "Oh my gosh, what is he doing?" And he actually, thank goodness, he was with like the 9U boys. But and then someone's made that comment about surgeons. They were like, "He's an ER surgeon," and he is like that with his nurses. And Ro is like that with her sellers. She is like, these are the facts. This is what it is. This is what the market is doing.
But look at her success.
That's what my point is.
And look at the surgeon's success. He's still working as a surgeon.
Exactly. And I mean, with this shift and stuff that's going on in the market, Patrick, and I don't know that you see this much on the buyer side. Well, you might.
Oh, I do.
Because you get a lot of the reductions, and I know that you see price reduced and stuff like that. And if you don't have a certain amount of showings for your home in a certain amount of time on the seller side, we need to work with you and help you to get your home sold, because our price point might not be correct at that point. So when an agent comes to you and they say, hey, you're 25 minutes outside of Asheville and you've had 0 showings in a week or 2 weeks, we might really need to take a look at what we can do to make your property appealing.
Yeah,
to get some showings.
Yeah, it could be a number of things. You really got to dig into it to see what it is. You got to have a good photographer. You got to really have a good home ready to go right now, because it has shifted.
It has shifted. And when you say a really good home to go,
what I mean is you've got to be prepared. It's not just stick a sign in the yard anymore.
Well, yes and no. I'm going to challenge you on that one.
All right.
Okay, and we'll bounce that just a minute. We have people that call in or say, we would like you to come just look and tell me what we need to do. We're going to come and look, and we're going to tell you not to put any more money in it, because you're not going to get that money back.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, as far as like walking into an immaculate house, sure, have your underwear off the floor. Get your dirty clothes into a hamper.
Hey, listen, that's what I'm talking about.
You wipe down your counters. Let's not show where you made your sandwich.
I'm talking more of have your house prepared with a CPO.
A CPO. Let's talk about that. So when you go to a car lot and to a used car dealer, and they offer a CPO program, Patrick, do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
What
Certified
is
pre-owned.
It is. So they have a how many point inspection. It's like a crazy number where they go through the car with a fine-tooth comb, and they are going to warranty
Carfax. They're
warranty parts. Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff, and they're going to say it's going to work, blah, blah, blah. And I can't remember. It's like a 1,600-point inspection. Now you've got me Googling automobiles because I do houses. Automotive CPO. Anyways, when you're going with a home, a CPO for a home, when we go in and we talk about it, we're getting ready to really launch it hard. You want your seller to go ahead and have an inspection, which we've been doing all along, a pre-inspection. Mm-hmm. That allows us to prove why we have it on the market at that price. The second part of that is an appraisal. An appraisal will do what for a buyer when they come in? They're going to know that they should be able to loan in that amount with the appraisal. Correct, Patrick?
That's right. Your seller's armed with information. They know what their house is worth.
Now, what do you think would be good about a home warranty? This is the new one. I mean, this is like everybody, banks, when a buyer gets a loan, they get an appraisal to prove that it's worth it in case something was to happen, and the bank's not going to lose their behind.
Yeah, if you've got a home that may be a little bit older, or even a new home, a home warranty coming along with it being offered, to me, entices a buyer. Sort of gives them a little bit of security, and that, if something happens in that first year, we can get that hot water heater fixed. Now, the thing is with home warranties is you have to call them first, and a lot of times people get mixed up on that. They forget to call them first. They'll call their Joe plumber and have him come fix it, and then want the warranty company to pay for it. So the trick with that is you got to call in, let them know what your problem is. They'll find someone to get it taken care of or approve your person. So I love the home warranties. I used to provide it on every home that I sold personally.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, if you really think about it, I had a friend one time. Now, this has been many years ago. This was back probably, during the last recession. So that would have been what, 08, 7, 8, probably when Rose started doing this. And she was in the youth league with us, like as everyone that I knew back in those days. And she actually had a home warranty, and I'd never heard of one. So, here I am. I mean, just like, what is that? I started looking at it. Back then, it was like, I don't know, $30 a month. She had her dryer go out.
Oh.
And her heat.
Ooh.
All within a 2-month period.
Wow.
And that's what she did, though. She had to call the home warranty company. They sent their certified people that fell in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was within a certain, they came in, they fixed it at no cost.
Oh, if we're going to talk
because of that warranty that she had.
Oh, yeah.
Now today, I don't know if things have changed. I had reached out to an individual earlier this morning hoping that they could call in, and they couldn't. But they did say that they might come in or call in and help Row out on one and give some information. So we can hope for that.
Okay.
Things might have changed.
Well, with a home warranty, I had a home and it had a saltwater pool in it, Randy. It was nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was fancy. A little swimming pool. And my daughter loved getting into this thing. And it was salt water. So you think, it doesn't cost a whole lot of money.
Good for your skin.
No, it is great for your skin.
Yeah.
We bought the home. The lady had the pool. So we said, you know what? We need a home warranty. And let's add the pool to it because you got to add stuff to the home warranties. They come with a base, and then you add your goodies to it. So we put the pool on it. Do you know we were there maybe 3 weeks, and a coyote gets in the pool? Well, you know why? Because they've got all these parasites, worms, and all this stuff in them, and they get in there, and it soothes them. And he got stuck. He ripped the liner everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, jumped over the fence. Do you know that cost $5,800? Well, when you go to take the water out, put the water in, it stresses all your pumps and your motors and all your things and pipes.
Oh, no.
Well, what do you know? A pump goes out after that.
Lord.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we get the new pool. It's all put together. We're there for, another 3 weeks. The coyote does it again.
No way.
Home warranty covered this twice, you guys.
So
Home
did they
warranty.
ever catch the coyote? That's all I want to know.
We did. We trapped for it, but we ended up catching 3 coyotes.
Oh, wow. How do you know it was the same
and
one
a whole
then?
lot of rabbits.
A whole lot of rabbits. They were safe traps,
A
right?
whole lot of rabbits.
Were they safe traps?
They were very safe traps. No, we went and released them up in Marietta.
So they could go get someone else's saltwater pool. Is that what you
Up
did?
there, they've got more area to
Yeah.
run, and that's where they need to be, not in the city.
So the homeowner's warranty covered it twice.
Covered it twice.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. And I won't talk about the third time, but they didn't cover that one.
They said
You know,
enough
and
is enough.
this might seem a little crazy, and I might be speaking out of line because we are talking about a CPO, but, you would almost think that that's like a nature thing and that you would use your home insurance.
No.
Homeowner's insurance.
Home insurance laughed at it, but that home warranty
So did
jumped
they
all
try
over
that,
it.
though? Did they try their homeowners?
No.
They
We
didn't?
didn't. We had the home warranty.
So you didn't have to even mess with that, and you
We
didn't have to
didn't.
worry about your deductibles going up or anything like
yeah,
that?
we didn't do home insurance.
Wow. They say on an average right here that the home warranties are running, between $300 and $600 a year, I think is what I've read.
Well worth it. And you can go the next year, so you can just keep extending this thing every year.
$450 to $500, depending on the level of the warranty, is what actually Miss Rowena has on allstarpowerhouse.com
Yeah, there you go.
under the CPO program. And, she also has it in here for the FSBOs. For sale by owners, let me reiterate what a FSBO is.
So $450 to $500 a year average premium for a warranty.
For a warranty.
That's what she
on your
has
home.
on the CPO, yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
if you
nice
think
to
about
have
it.
when you replace your heating and air.
I was going to say, I mean, imagine if you had to have the whole outside heat pump. And I mean, I guess it's each level and how old the heat pump is probably how they adjust what you pay monthly.
I've always had great experiences with the home warranty, you guys. I really have.
Well, go ahead.
But there's also instances where you never used it, and then you're like, oh, I didn't need it.
Oh, always.
I mean, that's insurance altogether, right?
Yeah.
But so the
Better safe than sorry.
I mean, we always say it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just sitting here.
That's kind of the home warranty is kind of like the essential thing for the CPO, in my opinion. Having it's ready. It's, the home is ready. You know all about it. You're providing a security blanket to your, the future client that's going to purchase your home. So,
all right. So what about this one? Where was I going with my thought? My thoughts are going like, vroom, 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 vroom. So on my side, I'm going to go to a seller and I'm going to say, hey, we're going to do the CPO program. We're going to recommend that you get your appraisal. We already probably 9.5% of the time out of 10 get the pre-inspection. I mean, that is just a no-brainer. But when it comes to the home warranty, if somebody kind of says, no, I'm not going to do that. I was reading that a buyer could actually purchase one and do that at closing as well. Have you ever dealt with that before?
oh yeah, it's very easy. You just call one of the companies, put it on the contract even. It has a space there to where you can say the buyer is going to purchase it if they want to go ahead and purchase their own home warranty.
So that actually is another thing that, listeners out here that are thinking about purchasing a home might consider doing.
Yeah.
Just to protect.
If you're a buyer's agent, you might suggest to your client, let's ask to see if the seller will pay for this. And that'll encourage us to purchase this home and put this contract together.
I would think, and Cameron, if you're listening, you might want to call in and voice out on this. I would think that lenders might actually like to see that a buyer is concerned in making sure that their home is up to par and would back them on wanting to do that.
Yeah, the bank should provide it, right?
I mean, yeah, you would think. I mean, it is ultimately if it's a loan, it's protecting their purchase.
Hey, we might get into that kind of market. The banks start offering a home warranty with your. Hey, I might look at a bank for that.
Why not?
If it's the same mortgage rate, there's probably a law that doesn't allow them to do that, though, Randy. But I don't know. I have to look into it, see if our good friend Cam over at Nexa Mortgage will be providing home warranties for us. We'll have
it's
to
like,
tease
hey,
them
Cameron,
on that
maybe we should send him a text message that says, call in and talk to us about the home warranty.
Oh, he's running from the phone right now.
You think? He's been taking a few days there quiet.
No, he deserves it. He's been working really hard, you guys. Plus, he got engaged. I mean, his life is
his life is totally changing.
He's got honeydew Saturdays now.
So we've got Cameron engaged. We've got Randy Honey's baby sister getting married today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
Yeah, man. We're getting ready for our February 14th show.
There we go.
Pre-staging.
Pre-staging. No, it's also in the hot. I've always done really good selling homes in December. Traffic's down, but what I've found as a seller is your buyers are real. They're not just out looking. They're really needing a home. So, it might be less showing in some sort of fashion, like in the summertime or whatever. You might have more traffic just because it's a nice day and it's sunny and let's go look at homes.
But like warm and nobody's having to bundle up?
Yeah. But in the December time, if somebody's looking for a home, they're serious.
Let's see. I sold mine in November. Went under contract in November, closed in January, had to move in January, and with COVID, by the way. Yeah, it was a true story. Dwayne had COVID while we were loading up.
Oh, I know. I knew you.
I mean, oh, yeah, you did. That was another thing, I have been with All Star. You started 3 days before I did, so that was in January.
Yeah.
I've been going out with Row on listings since June.
Yeah, I've been doing the buyer's agent side. I
Since
went
May.
through the ISA program.
Well, you had South Carolina license.
I did.
So you had to work on all of that, getting it over into North Carolina.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, people, you have to have a North Carolina license, which is really hard to get. And all you agents out there listening, you know this. North Carolina is one of the hardest states to get licensed in. So your buyer's agents and your listing agents here in North Carolina
Are very educated.
It's like a law class.
No, you really are. I mean, and I'm glad of it. When I first started real estate in '06, we had a pretty decent test, but it wasn't like today. Going and getting my North Carolina license was a whole lot more schooling and understanding and testing.
Right.
Which is good for the consumer, because when you've got buyer's agents and selling agents that know the law, that's good. It's good to be...
It's good to have someone that you hire, because basically a client, they've hired you to protect them the best that you can. And here in North Carolina...
Well, that's the nice thing about All-Star Powerhouse. When you come in, if you're an agent or if you're thinking about getting real estate, when you come in, you start as an ISA, and everybody starts as an ISA. That's an inside sales associate. One of the things that really helped me, boot camp really helped me, because it taught me, okay, these are the things I've got to know.
Yeah.
And so in going through those programs, I started practicing real estate really from the get-go, because of what you can and can't say on the telephone and to your clients, So it's
how to protect yourself.
But then how to protect the consumer, because that's what the real estate
matters.
associate, protecting the buyers and the sellers out there in the world. And
it does get tricky, because myself as a listing partner with Row, when I have all of the knowledge on the seller, and I answer the phone and it's a buyer asking about a property, or it comes into what we call bubbles, which are our text messages, which our team works together, I have to be very careful, because, I am a listing agent and my seller is the utmost important thing to me at that point, which is why Row will often or always tells our sellers, yes, we're a dual agency, but we have people in our team that will bring a buyer to you.
We do it all the time.
Right, because I want to protect you. You are, I'm investing myself in you. You are investing yourself in me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to protect you, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that we get through this smoothly, you transition well, and everybody's a win-win and everybody's happy.
It's kind of fun. Yesterday, Will, who is also with us at All-Star Powerhouse.
I talked to him, I heard. Go ahead.
He's standing outside waiting on us to come on and get out of this home. He was bringing in a client. So we do bring a lot of traffic here at All-Star Powerhouse, and we do capture a big part of the market because of our marketing efforts. And, we also have a fun radio station show
that you've done for 3 weeks.
I know.
Yay, Patrick. Shout out.
I'm getting a good experience of talking on the radio, running my mouth.
But you do it well.
I love it.
You're very knowledgeable
I
in a
love
lot
real
of
estate.
situations and stuff like that. You are. Now, we won't get into the computers. I'm just joking. Poor Patrick. We love to pick on Patrick. He takes it so well. So well.
My technology or lack of technology experience, I don't know. I seem to be fancy with my technology gadgets. I've always got a fun gadget going, right, Randy?
That's me. I'm a gadget freak.
You're a gadget guy. You got the best microphones in the business.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I could throw Patrick way under the bus right now. I walked into the office one day, and this is a true story. We have an open concept in our ISA role, and everybody, you've got it's a U. Y'all vision this. I know it's hard, and I'm sitting here with my hands, and y'all can't see me, but you walk in, you've got a wall and a U, and it has table, and it's got computer, chairs. Well, Patrick comes in. I don't know. He's been there about 3-4 months. Maybe he had already gotten his North Carolina license. He rolls up in there, and he's got a stand-up desk now. He's put this thing up there. He's got a radio mic here with this little shield thing that I'm talking into now.
Do my podcast.
And he's like, he is like on top of the world, and he has taken over the whole wall.
Yep.
And we are all like, what in the heck is he doing?
This guy.
Yeah, he's this guy.
He's brought his toys to work.
I am like, and then not only he doesn't like.
I got my list of goals there for everybody to see too.
Honey, when he was in the ISA role, if he scheduled an appointment, he had a whiteboard, and I'm not talking about like the little whiteboard that you write
a big
on.
one.
I'm saying this was like the 4x5, and everything's written out. He was tracking his stuff.
Yep.
It was funny, and we're off topic right here, I know. But it was so funny, so I just started going in the conference room and doing my work because he doesn't like earbuds and he likes to talk on his speakerphone.
I'm loud,
Anyways,
too.
Here nor there, we have a great time at All-Star Powerhouse.
We do have fun.
And the one thing I can say about All-Star Powerhouse
We got a kitchen too.
You know, Ro really takes care of her agents. She tries to protect everyone. She provides a lot of sources to get leads, which lead to appointments.
No, she potty trained you for the real estate world.
Yeah. How's that going, Patrick?
Keep the lid down is all I got to say.
Yeah. Okay. We're not going to go into interpersonal stuff here. Anyway, so I do have something that you can look up if you are looking into the CPO program.
Certified pre-owned.
You can go to cpo.followupspeed.com. That would be cpo.followupspeed.com.
Follow up speed.
So Ro just sent me that, and that's going to be December the 15th at 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Now let's talk about that home inspection again one more time, because a home warranty is wonderful, but a home inspection
is the bomb.com.
And you got to do it. I mean, you really
they're
do.
going to do it on the
How many times
buyer
have we
side.
seen money fly out the door if we would have only known where the seller's having to do something just to get this house out of here? When he would have known, he or she would have known if they would have done an inspection.
So what I really, really, really like about it is when you walk into a home and you're giving them a price. You're like, I think you should list it for X amount of dollars. And then, you know, you've got to be able to justify that.
Right.
Why? Why is this home, I'm just going to use $400,000.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this home worth $400,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if you have a home inspection done, a pre-inspection done, a home inspection, Patrick, you know if a home is perfect, you're going to get 35 pages.
Mm-hmm.
5 pages might be for your information only,
Right.
you know, which are the breaker boxes, the hot water heater, just general information that says, hey, look at me, I've got this page filled out, basically. Mm-hmm. But they're going to have light bulbs are out or not working, and they are not allowed. Home inspectors are not allowed to change a light bulb, check to see if it's screwed in tight or anything. If they flip the switch and it doesn't work, it goes on as needs to be looked at by a licensed electrician.
I don't like to change light bulbs either.
My mom used to call my brother who lived in Charlotte to come fix all of her light bulbs. My brother would be like, really? I mean, come on.
That was the one thing about 48 Tipperary was that it's got all the modern LED lights.
It does. It does. Recessed in the ceiling. Those are awesome.
Man, this place is
lit up.
When you said bomb.com, that place is bomb.com.
Yeah.
What a nice home.
It really was.
Beautiful.
It was. She's a really nice lady too. So, but back to what I was saying about the home inspections, because you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Take me. Okay, everybody. Patrick's like, Ro, we go down rabbit holes. Back to the home inspections. Randy just shook his head. Yes, let's go. I just like to know why I'm pricing a house for what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
When a buyer comes in with an offer with the seller's permission, we will give that to the buyer's agent to share with the buyer
Mm-hmm.
so that the buyer can make an informed decision. Now, a buyer will still often and should
Mm-hmm.
get their own inspection on top of that.
Well, it's kind of like, I'll go back to 48 Tipperary. This house is buttoned up. This seller really,
Best offer
really,
by Monday at 5.
yeah, no, this seller has really done a good job on making sure this home is attractive. We wanted the home as soon as we walked in, and I'm gonna tell you right now, a seller knows when they drive up to a place in the first 15
You
seconds.
mean buyer? Buyer knows?
Excuse me, a buyer knows they're gonna buy this house within 15 seconds, especially when they just open the door. So the first 15 seconds into the home for the seller is very important. And that takes a lot of things. You got to have the good lighting. You got to have some good smells. And I'm not talking about the plug-in things that are masking something. You know, everybody knows that moisture smell. Everybody knows that animal smell. So, you know, smells are very important when you open for a seller. When you're trying to really, and just going into this market, you want to be sure to, you know, appease your buyer coming in the door.
And that thing with temporary, they have allergies really, really severely, and you don't have any smell of chemicals. You don't have any fragrances that cover up anything.
Oh, that's the freshest house I've walked into.
It is totally just air.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive.
I also like the kitchen and the way that it was a galley kitchen, but it was all open. It had a 3-point kitchen. So you've got the sink, the stove, everything within turning. You can turn and be on the stove, be in the sink. I don't know. You can be in the dishwasher. It's all right there. And there's all kinds of cabinet space.
Got the
And
little
the
coffee
granite.
bar over on the side.
The coffee bar over to the side.
Look,
The
Randy's like,
shaker.
"Can I go see this house?" He's
It's
like,
got
"Can we
shaker
go?"
cabinets. It's
Yeah,
really,
man.
really, really nice. Soft clothes. It's a sleek little home. I love it.
is. It was built in 2019.
And it's got the
3 years old.
high ceilings when you walk in the door. So vaulted ceilings are always fun. Anyway, great home there. And a home inspection. Okay, so we've run into clients that we've gone to closing having to give $100,000 back because we didn't find some mistakes. You know, so it's a big deal to do a home inspection. Home inspector is going to point out a wall that has effervescence coming through it in a nice bend. There might be a problem somewhere, or a giant crack coming down your foundation. That's going to bring, you know, when a buyer comes and they want the home and then they bring their inspector in to do a home inspection, they're going to get that 35-page inspection. And it's scary.
Well, the
I'm
little
looking at-
things can be done. The
Yeah,
little things
little
can
things.
get done by the seller, and then it doesn't come back as
Yeah. Anyway, when you're able to really provide, hey, here's our home inspection. We went ahead and did that for you. Well, it tells that buyer, oh, I'm a good seller because I care about the home that's coming to me. It's not just I'm going to get my money and get on out of here. Another thing about talking about get your money and get on out of here, a home warranty for a seller is wonderful because you're not going to get that call in a month that says the hot water heater's not working. What can you say? I provided a home warranty. Please call it. And they're not even going to call you to have to even say that because they've already got the home warranty.
right.
Home
right.
warranty takes care of that call.
And I'm pretty sure that if the home warranty is in place upon transfer, the home warranty will transfer, and then the buyer can just assume that payment after that year is up and continue with the home warranty to ensure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's a lot of good things with it, and I do think the CPO program is going to come back strong.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're now shifting markets a little bit. The buyer's agents should really attend December the 15th from 10:30 to 12. Any buyer's agent is more than welcome. It will help the dropout rate of your contracts. They're saying that it will go from 33% dropout to 5%. That's a pretty big, you know, dropout percentage there that you are reducing the likelihood of.
Let's talk a little bit on the appraisal, you know, and what the benefits are on that.
Well, loan to value, wouldn't it be? I mean, like you can get a loan.
Well, for the
Easier.
seller, they know the value of their home.
They feel the value of their home.
You've gotten a professional's opinion.
Then yeah. Well, in the beginning, when you walk in, you're like you always go, what's your gut feel? You always ask a seller, what is your gut feel? Because you want to know what they think and where they stand. You as an agent should have already comped their home, know what's going on, what's sold within the closest point you can get to them, whether it's their neighbor or within, we try to keep everything within a quarter of a mile if possible, extend out from there. But you should be able to comp it.
Yeah, CPA is very important, and a seasoned
CMA.
agent.
Yeah.
CMA is going to be able to tell them exactly what the market's doing as well.
Right, but it's not official.
It's not official.
Only a CMA,
only a
and
CMA.
we're not, licensed and bonded like in an appraiser bonded.
Oh, yeah. So what they are able to do is plus and minus their way to an exact value.
Yes.
So their comparables might have, well, this comparable had 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Well, that appraiser is going to know that this other house only has 2 baths, so he's going to minus out a little bit of value for that half bath.
Oh, even fireplaces.
Fireplaces.
I mean, there's all kinds of
decks.
Exactly, stuff that they do there to get to the bottom dollar. The other good thing is your exact square footage. Exact. Because if you are dealing with a home like we were over on West Wind, when you go upstairs, the ceilings drop and you aren't at a 7-foot ceiling, which you can't advertise as square foot, heated square footage.
Yep.
So you get exact measurements. It's knowledgeable. It's a whole lot of knowledge.
Well,
So, and the bank, as a buyer, the banks are going to require it. And, you've got one to prove with it.
yeah, and I think with the CPO, it brings more money. It really does. It brings more money, and it's so worth spending that little bit of money to find out about the value of your home, the condition of your home, and, providing that warm, fluffy blanket for them with the home warranty. I mean, it's just a good way to sell the home, and we certainly push it as much as possible. So as agents out there listening to us, I can promise you want to have a CPO home.
Right, you do. You really, really do. I'm going to say this. How do you sleep at night as a buyer or a seller? If you have a CPO in place and you have your inspections and you have your appraisals,
You do
and you
a
have your
warm and
home
fuzzy.
warranty, when you go to bed at night and you've priced your home and you're under contract and the buyer is coming in to do the same thing.
It takes the fear out of it,
It's going to take it.
Sometimes real estate can be a big thing for somebody that's never bought a house before. It's huge.
Well, selling a house, I know that when I was a seller, you always worry what's going to come back on the inspection. If you have it done, you don't have
Beforehand,
to worry
you don't
anymore.
have to worry. Yeah.
If you know what the appraisal's going to come back in, you don't worry.
It really just shows the buyer that you're an educated seller and that you've done all the things to make sure what they're purchasing is, in your knowledge, it's the best home you can provide with what you've got.
Exactly. The other thing is, Patrick, I don't know if, FSBOs, for sale by owner people, they can do the same thing. They can go out and get a CPO as well. We do here at the Real Estate News Radio help FSBOs for sale by owner people. We advertise for them when we can or when they submit stuff. We have several properties.
You know what I find about FSBOs, and this is just a personal thing, I don't know, but when I call a FSBO, most of the time they're half angry.
Why?
Because they don't know what you are. You don't know if you're calling about buying their place, calling about selling them something, and they're on the defense. So, I don't know. It's just hard. For a FSBO, for someone to sell their own home, it can be extremely difficult, and it can be mind-racking. And I feel it when I call them, and a lot of times that's what happens, man. They get tired of those phone calls. They get tired of trying to explain their home, and then they finally come over to All-Star Powerhouse and let us sell their home for them. And they probably have let us talk them into doing a CPO.
They do.
Or at least parts of it.
They do. The other thing with FSBOs are they like to be able to just feel their way through it in the beginning and see the interest of their home, like you're saying. And then a lot of times they do contact agents. But there is a unique property, and I was trying to find it He's a really nice gentleman, but he has a very unique property. It's out in Black Mountain, and I'm looking for it now. But he actually took his garage and he turned it into a cat haven. So
cat farm.
Yeah, not only are you buying just a home, you are buying the cats as well.
Meow.
Yep. So that one, and I don't know where it went. I was supposed to have it right here. Don't know where it went.
Being an agent, I've sold a lot of different kind of houses, but I've always tried to stay away from being a furniture salesman and a cat salesman.
You don't want to sell cats? We get so many unique properties because Roe can do. I mean, just y'all. You just need listen. If you're thinking about listing your home, interview agents.
Yeah.
Don't take the first person you find and say they're my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my friend. Patrick's my friend. I'm going to use my friend. Don't. Don't.
No.
First off, they're going to know all your business.
Yeah.
Second off, if you ever have a falling out, they know all your business.
Mm-hmm.
Second off, interview people, see their marketing strategies. We do a walking tour video that goes out to California. Do you know how many walking tour videos got sent of 48 Temporary?
Oh, 1 million.
Roe did it through, I think she sent out 200. 200 videos went out on that property.
Yeah, it's incredible.
The home's only open for 6 hours a day.
Listen, if you're an agent or if you're a seller selling a home and your agent hasn't done a walkthrough, just a simple, organic walkthrough with your cell phone talking about the home, we're all fine with that. And it goes 1 million miles to be able to have that information for a buyer.
Yeah.
I mean, you really feel like you're there. And then you're in California, you're coming to wherever. You want to be able to see that home and have a little bit of a feel.
The other thing is we had someone that we did a referral out for, and someone beat the referral agent getting there.
Wow.
And I actually gave her a call, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I respect your decision. If you would like to use the agent that you called that she hadn't even met yet, go ahead. I said, but I will recommend to you like I recommend to anybody that I know. Please talk to more than one person before you make a decision. This is like a bank account. Your home is an investment.
Yeah.
Your home has equity.
Just like when you
Well,
go.
we hope it has equity.
You want to get a second opinion on anything anymore, just because you learn too, There's so many changing things with technology and, different. So if you're getting a surgery, you want to have a second opinion.
You liked that line, didn't you?
Yeah. You want to get a second opinion.
You got it.
With a certified pre-owned home, and a CPO is just makes all the sense in the world. If you're selling a home, I can promise you it will get your home sold, and you're going to realize more money in your pocket because you're able to prove that you've got a background of what your home is.
You know what I find very interesting is I'm seeing a whole lot of withdrawals. People are taking their homes off the market that are listed these days, or they're expiring and stuff. I'm just very curious to see, is that just the shift in the market, Patrick? What's your take on that?
My take on that is they don't want to reduce the price anymore. They may have reduced it a little bit, but now they're not getting any showings, and it's a shifting market. So just like 48 Tipperary, it's in a nice area. It's a charming home. So it's it's on a flat lot. It's a little bit different than a lot of the homes that you run into where they're a little bit more challenging. They're on a hill. They're a one bath. They've got, whatever's doing a minus to it. And a lot of times it might be a slope or a neighbor that's got yard art or whatever it is that's not pleasing. You can certainly find that those homes pull themselves off the market. They get frustrated because they just, we're in a falling market, so your price is readjusting. It's got to balance out because the cost of buying that home is going up.
I've heard a lot of people say, I'm taking it down through the holidays and waiting until spring, which is what Rose said at the beginning of the show. So if you really, really think about it, why? Why would you do that?
Well, you got baby Jesus coming. Christmas season.
It is Christmas season. It is the holidays, but do not withdraw your home from the market. I would not recommend that unless you are just totally dissatisfied and that you are going to keep it with the shift in the market.
I always hear about, well, I got all this family coming. I'm going to be preparing. We got Christmas. We got my sister coming. We don't want to be doing showings and running in and out. I can understand that, withdrawing it for 2 weeks. There were a couple homes I ran into yesterday that were taken off of the MLS, or they're still on the MLS. That's just the agents were not allowing showings. So, sometimes you can wait until the spring. A lot of times people have always thought the spring was a good time to sell. And it is. It's a new beginning. And I've often said that, just
I'm not
after
sure there's a bad time to sell.
Not in Asheville.
Right now, I think that it's very important because we are in the shift of the market. I think it's really important to get it done if you're thinking about selling 7 to 10 years, you're not going to get the value of your home back. I don't have an hourglass.
Yeah, real estate's a moving
crystal
target.
Ball. I don't have all that. I get it.
Real estate's a moving target. It's hard to hit that dart right in the eye.
I don't let fear hold you back. If you don't want to climb those stairs and you don't want to have your master on your primary bedroom on the second level anymore of your home in 10 years, you don't want to do that. You need to really consider talking to some agents and getting out there. And you can always give us a call at All Star Powerhouse, which is 828-333-4483. Look us up on mountainhomehunt.com and really think about it. Consider it. Really.
Yeah.
I think Roe did a Thanksgiving show.
Make sure you consider the CPO. Today's show was brought to you by Heather and Patrick. It's been fun, everybody. We've enjoyed it. Thank you to the listening audience. We've got a little bit of, market shift going on right now. Rates sound like they're going to slow down from raising. I've seen them come down just a little bit as well. So the market is a perfect time to sell. Here's the reason. In our market, there's no inventory. I got buyers, but there's no inventory. So if you're thinking about moving or having to move, please give us a call over at All Star Powerhouse. Let us hold your hand in the selling or buying process. We've got a fantastic team over here, a whole lot of technology driving our team. And so we also are able to rely on each other to make sure that we cover all our bases. And we've got closing coordinators. We've got a fantastic leadership.
If you're looking for somewhere to hang your hat, come on over. Give us a chance. Go on to wisehire.com and see if we're a fit for you. We would love to talk with you and see if you would be a good fit for our team.
Yeah. It is a really, really, really
we
great
have fun.
place.
We really do have fun. And we really do. And it's been the Real Estate News Radio with Patrick and Heather.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great week.
This has been the Plain English Real Estate Show with Rowena Patton. Visit Rowena and post your questions at radioasheville.com or call her at 828-210-1648.